How's it going, traders? So I wanted to just kind of go through all the pairs that we're watching today for the week or whatnot, and kind of catch up on where we are. Um, USD CHF, it looks like we're kind of towards the higher side of the range here. I'm not 100% sure if we are turning around and creating a new trend soon, but we might be. So take a look here. You'll notice that yesterday we went down and touched a 50 EMA. That's worth noting. Um, but we also are kind of extended towards the top of the range based on the Fibonacci that was drawn um, some time ago in November. But we have like a double top formation, so that's still kind of a relevant drawing, I'd say. Okay, see if I can extend this for you. Something like that. So yeah, I'm going to look for a breakthrough before I actually pick a direction on this. Obviously, we could be changing directions again, like I said, reaching the previous highs. But at this time, it's kind of hard to tell. So USDJPY looks a lot like the same, in my opinion. Like we might be switching, changing directions and trend-wise, but it's not quite there yet. Previously, you'll notice that I had this arrow on the downward trend line that we drew. We bounced off of that level. We also had this extended fib that kind of played into that momentum upwards. Now we're kind of getting stuffed by a 200 EMA. We're in between the 200 EMA and the 50 EMA on the daily chart. Even with the glitch, but it has to be so automatic. That's pretty interesting. Let me see here. So yeah, that's USD JPY. I won't be picking a direction on that just yet. It's not time. NZD USD. This is something where I picked live for us to enter on the 25th. I had written in here that we were at break even. I didn't pick a decision on closing this out. And if we kept this going like we have, we actually dropped in and made money here. So I want to continue to watch this, see what ends up happening, see if we actually reach key level, which we really could. I think all the NZD pairs, you'll notice, kind of made this move. And these are this is a really strong drop off after hitting the key level. Again, this is a really good entry because we have key level and then we have stop loss above the previous high. So you see how it came back, but it did not exceed the previous high area. So that's pretty good. So we're going to keep that one going. It looks like NZD CHF, we got the same situation. We actually stayed in. And I don't have a risk reward drawn in here, but I'll go ahead and do one real quick, just so we can all get on the same page. It looks like it would be something like this. Obviously, we're going to have different levels on the price target. So this would be 1, and then maybe this one's 2. I always like to draw the best case scenario, really, for where we would want to be. This is a 5% move. So it's a really strong move. Then obviously NZD CAD, I did not pick to actually jump into this one based on key level. Not 100% sure why I did not, but at the same time, it's moving in the same direction as the other NZD pairs. Obviously, it pulled up and then it's dropping back down. The reason I missed this, it's probably because I didn't have a move in recent history in that area. So you notice we pulled up and then we stayed sideways for a while, and I picked after that with NZD CAD, we pulled up. We kind of got lucky here. We only crossed it for a couple bars, to be honest. This is an hour chart, so I would have had to been spot on there. It would have been a limit order. It would have been a trigger, pivot order type of thing. But the pivot, it's not a pivot order because it's not off of a pivot. It's off of the key level. So that's exactly what I would have been looking for. Okay, GBP AUD. Maybe would have been able to pick this as a pullback entry, but we never really quite got to the level we really needed to here and pulled all the way down. But this is just a huge explosion there, obviously, and we would have been out. So this is a close entry. You'll notice that on, there's another one I picked. Here we go, JPY. We never pulled quite down far enough here. Okay, so that we did identify this, but it did not pull down enough. So in real time, we would not have been triggered for this entry. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that, delete this entry. I'm glad we saw it, but it just would not have been triggered because it did not pull down far enough. Okay, AUD, that could go either way. So I'm going to zoom in right here. Could have went either way right in here and got triggered or not. I don't know. It's a close one. Okay, so let me draw this in just so we can see it. We'll look something like that. Maybe stop right here. That's a 2% move. This is the exit. Well, we'll make it this the exit. Okay. So then if I pull back, I'll just say, let me write something in here just so we have it. Close out. What is this? 1.86. I think this is the 27th. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Okay. GBP AUD. GBP JPY is going to be a lot the same. And this is why whenever you're really, in tune with the pairs and what they're doing, and just across the board, all the pairs, right? GBP or NZD, where it was all dropping, GBP is bouncing. And if I saw one of them, I could have saw more than one of them. So one of the things I've learned from Irek Piekarski, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this later, is when you have several pairs that are doing the same thing, it's not necessarily true that you want to pick an entry on every single one of them. Maybe you want to pick the best looking one of all of them, right? That's just kind of a pro tip. Okay, so if I get out, this one's going to be identified as well. So again, I'm writing this in here because we identified it as a real entry, not as a we didn't get in live, but we have identified it. So 173. I don't know why I didn't write in 173 here, but yeah, nice little move. I usually look for something a little bit bigger than that, obviously, but I don't like MACD right here. It looks like it's going to roll over. Let me see here. Okay, so onto the Euro pairs. I'll come back in the next video for that.